If it's funny, just hope it isn't laugh out loud funny. Can't stand the chucklers on these giant stars of entertainment? Lol, we're so with you. Seth Rogen is one of the most influential comics of his generation, and he's been making everyone, himself included, laugh out loud for years. Rogen's signature chuckle made him memorable, or at the very least, noticeable. If you've heard his laugh before, you know it's way louder than it needs to be, and it's reminiscent of Beavis and Butthead. A low grumbling noise accompanies the laugh, and while it's annoying, it remains somewhat endearing, like the laugh of a child. Rogen, who laughs more often than most people, whether at his own jokes or someone else's, is well aware of the situation, telling Meta Cafe, "I went to a taping of a friend's sitcom once, and they had to edit my laughter out of it." Kendra Wilkinson is probably best known on TV as one of Hugh Hefner's girlfriends on The Girls Next Door, but she went on to lead multiple reality TV series. After becoming a real estate agent, she returned to TV in the 2020s on the series Kicking and Screaming. Wilkinson became famous not because of her obnoxious laugh, but in spite of it.
Get out of my way, punk! I'm just kidding.
It almost sounds fake, but with a tone that suggests it's way too real to be contrived. The best way to describe it would be a chuckle that borders on a snort that never comes.
Well, no.
Still, Wilkinson's charisma keeps fans from plugging their ears. The reality star knows all too well what the media thinks of her laugh, telling Entertainment Weekly, "TV likes to pump my laugh up a lot. I never noticed it. I know people might get annoyed with my laugh, but I don't care. It's not going to stop me from laughing."
That
was a weird laugh.
I have a strange laugh.
Wiz Khalifa isn't known for his laughter as much as he is for his skills as a hip-hop artist, and that's a good thing. While he's had little difficulty dominating the industry, he's done so with one of the most annoying laughs on record. Khalifa laughs often, which is great for him, but less so for anyone unfortunate enough to be in earshot. Khalifa genuinely mixes every aspect of laughter science into his own laugh. He chuckles, snorts, and giggles. If you need more proof, there are plenty of compilations of Khalifa's laughter all over the internet.
I laugh like that a lot on my songs, too. Because I be having such a good time when I'm recording.
Khalifa often posts videos of himself laughing at his son's shenanigans, which is the sweetest way he shares his annoying laugh. While she is not as well known these days, Phyllis Diller was one of her generation's best comics. She knew how to make fun of herself, and she did it with style. Her stage presence was also something to behold, and while she had no problem making her audience fall out of their seats laughing, she wasn't immune to her own brand of humour. It wasn't uncommon for Diller to bust out laughing on stage. Her laugh took over her whole body, opening her mouth as wide as was humanly possible and unleashing an incredible cackle that lasted for as long as possible. Diller also spoke about her laugh, noting how distinctive it was. She once said, "That's a trademark by accident. That's my real laugh. In the beginning, it was nerves." Legendary comedian Eddie Murphy used his stint on Saturday Night Live to springboard his movie career. Murphy is a gifted actor, and he's also among the funniest comedians of all time. While he's no longer making the rounds doing stand-up, he's still entertaining audiences around the world. Murphy has an unusual laugh, to say the least, which seems to feature several stages. He can laugh like a relatively normal person, but this often transitions into a louder, unrestrained version of the same. When he's truly giggling, his laugh becomes the more distinctive one he's really known for. What's most curious about Murphy's laugh is that it may be an act. He's laughed like anyone else in interviews and bloopers while maintaining the Eddie Murphy laugh everyone knows him for in his act.
You really do talk like that.
Who would make this up?
Fran Drescher started acting in the late 70s, eventually landing a starring role in 1993 with the TV series The Nanny. The show introduced many viewers to her distinctive New York accent, accentuated by her especially unique vocal pitch. Some may call her voice annoying already, but her laugh truly sets Drescher apart from most of the human race. Her laugh shines a spotlight on the aspects of her voice that annoy people. It's an odd-sounding monotone of a laugh that's gotten her in trouble throughout her life. As she explained on The Talk, she took some heat in school for accidentally disrupting class.
Little did I know that years later I would become famous for my laugh.
She also tried describing her own laugh, telling the New York Times, "I've heard it's like a foghorn, a cackle." Jay-Z's at the top of his game, with Billboard naming him the greatest rapper of all time in 2023. He started out as a rapper, morphing into one of the most successful hip-hop producers of all time, and helping many other artists break into the industry. That said, there is a problem with Jay-Z, and it begins and ends with his unusual laugh. With some calling it a donkey laugh, he starts with a sort of hee-haw mixed among numerous hee-hee reverberations and other noises into what amounts to, yeah, a donkey laugh. But even so, Jay-Z doesn't hold back on laughing. While many find it annoying, it's equally beloved online. Many even call his laugh one of the greatest of all time. So, just like anything, it's a matter of perspective. Natalie Portman is an Oscar-winning actor and Harvard alumnus who speaks multiple languages. Still, despite her many accomplishments, one aspect of the star doesn't align with the image she's cultivated over the years: her geeky laugh. After telling a joke at the Golden Globes in 2011, she lost all composure and laughed uproariously at her own joke for several seconds in front of the audience. College Humor took the clip and ran with it, editing it into a loop that quickly went viral, ensuring that Portman's childlike laughter will never fade from memory. Portman's laugh is uproarious, though there's a giggle mixed in alongside a chuckle or two. And while it's distinctive, it's fortunately not what she's best known for ever doing. Ye, formerly Kanye West, has sold over 160 million records throughout his career, along with nabbing 24 Grammy Awards and many other accolades. Unfortunately for anyone in earshot, his laugh is oddly brief, which comes off as disturbing. Many compilations show him laughing with a huge smile, only to quickly cut it short into a grim frown.
I'm into it. Let's will it into fruition.
It's all about strong, independent women tonight.
That kind of laughter appears fake, considering how fast he can turn it on and off. There are also numerous clips of Ye laughing more genuinely, where he smiles and chuckles in a relatively normal manner. Unfortunately, Ye tends to laugh and appear angry in most instances, and that's the laugh people remember. He even did it while appearing on Chris. He quickly changes from smiling to scowling if he ever laughs in public. He does this because, according to Ye, it just wouldn't look as cool. Nicki Minaj stormed onto the hip-hop scene in 2004 and quickly became the queen of rap. Her massive stage presence, coupled with her unique talent, made her one of the most successful artists of her generation. But while fans celebrate her singing voice, few like her laugh as much as her hits. Her laugh starts out normally, but ends with a noticeable ha. Despite the inane sound of her sometimes screeching laughter, Minaj laughs often during interviews or in public. Minaj also has a habit of covering her face when she laughs, which seemingly makes her laugh go on longer than what seems natural. One Facebook user described Minaj as a living embodiment of when your laugh is funnier than the joke. Like other hip-hop artists, it's not uncommon for Minaj to include her laughter in her songs, though it's often magnified into a caricature of her already annoying chuckle. Tom Cruise doesn't hold back on expressing his feelings. While this sometimes manifests in rare, unhinged outbursts, it more often results in laughter. The Academy Award-winning actor laughs with his whole face in a way that some have described as maniacal. He laughs uproariously with a big smile, but something about his laugh borders on creepy.
But that's enough about me, babes. Let's talk about the mummy.
Considering his signature run of hee-hee and ha-has on the surface, his laugh seems charming. After all, Cruise is a captivating guy. Unfortunately, his personal history related to his religious views almost transforms it into a laugh better suited to a supervillain.
I'm not trying to give you ideas for the next Mission Impossible.
Back in the day, Cruise's laugh was one of his best features, and his good looks and impeccable talent made him a star. But after madly hopping up and down on Oprah's couch, things changed, and his laughter started to sound much more maniacal. His laugh even became the impetus behind the Tom Cruise Purple, a strain of marijuana in California featuring Cruise laughing like a mentally disturbed person on the label.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can hear the sound of my voice.
It would be a disservice to the comedian himself to describe Gilbert Gottfried's voice as anything but distinctly annoying. Gottfried made a successful career using his unique vocal talents, which landed him voiceover gigs like Iago in the Aladdin franchise, and belching out Aflac as the medical insurance duck. Gottfried was a gifted comic despite his voice, but as you could guess, his laugh was just as grating.
Is that the truth, though?
Gottfried was one of those people you could describe as larger than life, and his laugh certainly fit this description.
It's like Dracula.
Yes!
The actor's laugh came in many forms, and in some instances, he'd break into a silent laugh, squinting his eyes and ultimately bursting into a chuckle. After Gottfried died in 2022, fans posted compilations of his laughter, many of which remain popular to this day. British comedy is known for its deadpan nature. Very few comics have mastered this style outside of the British Isles. Jimmy Carr made his name on his deadpan delivery of controversial one-liners, which only makes them funnier. He spends much of his time as a host, but he's also a talented stand-up comic with a dozen specials to his name. Carr's deadpan delivery is matched only by his laugh, which sounds like a poorly programmed robot.
Yeah, that's my laugh.
Carr even incorporates his laugh into his act, with one even titled Laughing and Joking.
My laugh isn't weird, it's wrong.
He explained that he laughs while breathing in versus the usual laughing while breathing out.
Someone asked me the other day, is it fake? Why would you fake that?
Maria Menounos got her big break on Entertainment Tonight. She's since done some acting, but spends most of her time working as a correspondent. She also hosts the New V Trivia Show, which runs before feature films. And if you've seen her when you visit the theatre, you've definitely heard her laugh. Menounos once interviewed a young Justin Bieber, and her laugh got a reaction from the singer.
I like that laugh.
The host's laugh is distinctive, yet a little grating, repeating a rapid-fire hee-hee sound while maintaining a huge smile. Her laugh even surprised Conan O'Brien. Conan basically did a double take, shocked at how someone who looks like Menounos could put the Joker's laugh to shame. But Menounos can somehow explain where she got her signature chortle.
I actually went to the village my parents are from in Greece, and I spent a month there. And so I think I adopted the laugh from the goats.